Hello and welcome to Of the People. I'm Robert Chernin, and today we're going to talk about democracy under siege. Democracy is under siege. It's a threat to democracy. He's going to be a dictator. Oh my God, he's like Hitler. This is what you hear today, and not to give the president a pass. For those of you who did not see the State of the Union, I watched most of it, and then after the screaming and yelling and whatever, I did sort of doze at the end of it. But in the State of the Union, the president said that this is a unique time in our history, that, quote, that not since the time of President Lincoln and the Civil War has there been a threat to our freedoms and democracy. So democracy is under siege, but why is it only under siege for half of the country, right? Half of the country. And by the way, what is he talking about? Well, President Trump, of course, MAGA, of course, whites or white Christians or white Christian nationalists or whatever the new sort of boogeyman of the left that they're going to invent, right? So democracy is under siege, but under something psychologically called transference. Why is it only the Democrats who accuse the Republicans? Because if you look at what the Democrats are doing, find me one area, whether it's cancel culture, whether it is woke this, whether it is demonizing, and really, I mean, that's what we're talking about, the 3 Ds: demagogue, demonize, and divide, right? And the other thing, let's be clear, we're really not a democracy. We're really a republic. And the republic is under siege, but it's under siege by those people who are in power and want to cling on to power. So this is really about controlling. When they say democracy under siege, it's about controlling the narrative. It's about controlling access. It's about controlling the media. Because what is it that the conservatives or the deplorables, to quote a word, are threatening, right? Freedom of access, freedom to vote. You want your vote counted. You want accurate vote. We as conservatives, if there is still such a thing, do not control the media. We do not control academia. We do not control the levers of government. We do not control the federal system, if you will, the DOJ or the deep state. Name one thing that is under control of these conservatives or these people who are allegedly threatening democracy and our civil rights. If you can name one, call me. But lest you think that this is only happening in this country, recently in the UK, Lee Anderson is the first MP, member of parliament, who is now in the new Nigel Farage-backed Reform Party. He was kicked out of the Tories, which is the Conservative Party, because the Tories can no longer really be called the Conservative Party. And he expressed views that were clearly racist, according to the woke norms that now the Prime Minister Sunak and the Mayor of London now think is unacceptable. Here's what Lee Anderson said, and pay attention to this one, folks. When he was kicked out and he was asked about it, he said the following: like millions of people in this country, I feel like we are slowly giving our country away. We are giving away our way of life, allowing people to erase our history, giving up our streets to a minority of people who literally hate our way of life. We are allowing people in this country who will never integrate and adopt our values, he says British values. Parliament doesn't seem to understand what many British people want, and frankly, some of them need to get out more. So it's not just the republic or democracy is under siege here, but people are fighting back, whether it's in Argentina, whether it's in Britain, whether it's here. These are all positive signs. Why is this important? It's important that every time you hear the term that democracy is under siege, you want to talk about a dog whistle? That's a dog whistle of the left, that they are afraid of losing power. And, to the white nationalists or whatever, color we are or whatever, we are. And it's important because we are going into an election cycle in November that is going to be about as contentious, and certainly in my lifetime. So when you choose not to participate or you choose not to vote, remember, we tend to get the type of representative government we deserve, unfortunately, as the case may be. Remember what's at stake in this November. Remember your vote matters, and remember that democracy or the republic is under siege. It's just not by us. And that's today's message.